how can Hyperlane contribute to October, the thing we want to see?
Well, Hyperlane is a super fast, super reliable, and very secure bridge that allows everyone to bridge to PulseChain within minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and you're done. We'll get into that in the demo. I'll show you guys how to exactly bridge to PulseChain through Hyperlane later on. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hyperlane is the best bridge solution PulseChain got so far. It connects us to potentially over 130 chains. Gives us access to a user base of over 500,000 users every month. And yeah, has a great track record of high security. No issues have ever been recorded. They are audited regularly and so on. So it's an amazing product overall and eases up the whole bridging situation by a lot. Also makes us independent from the single point of failure, which is the current PulseChain bridge that has gone down under high pressure in the past. High pressure always means people are demanding to join PulseChain, but then the bridge says, no, we got technical issues, so you can't join right now, which isn't optimal for a bull market. So we thought that it might be necessary to deliver a better solution for the upcoming bull market or alt season, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, Hyperlane is the tool that we were all waiting for.
Well, and take us to the kind of the history too, because I know when I first started coming across it, and I saw you all posting about the new commits and stuff in their Hyperlane repo and just being able to add PulseChain support. I mean, how did you, is this something that I kind of want to give this as a story for other, maybe hopefully inspiration for other people to reach out to some of these groups that are doing DeFi stuff that could, interact with PulseChain. Did you all like reach out to them? Like, hey, we want to get PulseChain on board. Like, was there like any collaboration there? Like, how did it even start? How did Hyperlane even become a thing?
Actually, it's always far easier than you'd imagine. All we did was reaching out to them and ask them, hey, would you be cool with integrating PulseChain and supporting us? And they said, yes, we're going to do it, but we charge a fee of 50K. So we gathered that fee. Thanks to the community, we got one great donor who literally donated all of the 50K. And that's it. After 2 weeks, the chain was fully integrated, and ever since we are able to bridge from, for now it's 4 chains, right to PulseChain. We are currently working on expanding to different chains as well. And yeah, so it wasn't hard at all. It's just about talking to people, getting in touch, asking around, and not everyone, but most of them are actually open to get in touch with PulseChain.
And why Hyperlane too? Like, why? I mean, there's probably different DeFi options out there that could support PulseChain. I'm sure maybe you all and have other conversations with different projects too. But like, why Hyper? Like, what does it do that we either don't have or we could just use more of on PulseChain?
Well, compared to other bridges, Hyperlane just never had any security incidents, which is extremely important because we read about hacked bridges all the time. That's a thing we don't want. So we were just looking around for the best solution with the best security track record. Hyperlane is audited regularly. Whenever they release a new version, they get a new audit as well. And they've never had a single incident. I love to compare it to Hex actually, because they've been on the market for 5 years as well. And just like Hex, they never had a single security issue so far. And that made it the best choice in our eyes. So yeah, that's the main reason. And of course, it's also super fast, super reliable, can handle heavy loads, doesn't have any fees. So you're just going to pay the gas fee of a chain of origin. You don't have limits. It's permissionless. So yeah, it's just an amazing product so far.
Nice. And as far as people using, I mean, is it, and I know you can show more about this in the demo, but I remember first going to it, it's just like the Hyperlane website. You can use the interface and stuff there to get from other chains, PulseChain, a few that mentioned. But do you think there'll be other like integration into either other products on PulseChain, or do you all plan on integrating into HEXScout? Like what will be is this the beginning and there's more stuff to come from it?
Actually, in the top right, bottom right corner of the infograph, you see a little bonus. It will be integrated into Ramp Now. You could visit the website real quick just to show the people what it actually is, rampnow.io. Ramp Now is a direct fiat on-ramp that allows us to buy Pulse and Hex and stuff within minutes as well, like within 5 minutes in Europe so far. And thanks to Hyperlane, they can now expand to the US market as well. So that will be the first tool to integrate Hyperlane apart from the bridge, apart from being the bridge itself. And of course, at HEXScout, we are working to integrate it as well.
Because I remember Ramp Now, do they support US now? Like, what was the deal with that? I knew it was kind of like, I think I tried to look at it before, but it said not US available, but has that changed now?
Exactly. Hyperlane was the missing piece in the puzzle. So in like 1 week, they will finally support it for the US as well and accept US citizens as customers. So then onboarding in the US will be a matter of 5 minutes and be available to anyone with a credit card or Apple Pay or whatever payment method you'd like to choose.
That's cool. And how does Ramp Now work? Like, is it decentralized, centralized? Like, how does it work?
Actually, we've built a first of a kind with Ramp Now because on the front end, it's totally centralized. So you send them your US dollars and they take it, convert it to USDC in the background, and then perform a swap for example, PLS in your case right now, right on PyTS. So you get the best rates possible and they swap it directly on a centralized exchange or via an aggregator, in this case, PTS, and then send it to your wallet directly. So it's a mixture of centralized and decentralized. You need the centralized backbone or infrastructure because you gotta get a legal setup to accept fiat currency. But right after accepting fiat currency, they take the money, convert it to crypto, trade on chain, and deposit it into your wallet. So they're not a custodian or anything. It's one flow, and after a couple of minutes, it arrives in your wallet.
Oh. And I think another part of this too is the stablecoin. Is it hUSDC?
Exactly. So Hyperlane so far allows everyone to bridge USDC from different chains to PulseChain. And when they arrive on PulseChain, they all flow into one single USDC on PulseChain. And that USDC you can then trade on PulseChain for literally any asset. And at the moment, we are building Liquidity to allow people to also trade like higher volumes, for example, 50K, 100K. That's the current task after installing Hyperlane. It's now about gathering liquidity and getting the pool as big as possible.
And I see that I haven't talked much about Tide before on here, but it's got USDC X pool on Tide. What is the, I guess, relation or flow from like Tide here? You got Hyperlane. What is the relationship there?
Well, it was a funny coincidence because Tide was just launched when Hyperlane was launched as well. So it was like a perfect match. I don't want to get too deep into the tech for everyone who isn't too deep into this whole thing. But Tide
we like the tech. We like the tech.
Okay, you like the tech? Then I'll dive into it. Tide is the backbone of hUSDC because we got the liquidity pool there, pairing hUSDC, which is the USDC emitted by Hyperlane, with eUSDC from the regular bridge. By that, we can access the liquidity web of the regular USDC from the classic bridge. And that allows everyone to trade hUSDC, so the Hyperlane USDC, directly into any asset on PulseChain with low slippage and without losing anything, performing the trade.
And what is next for that too? Is just increasing the liquidity? Does that open up more blockchain like bridges to other blockchains? Like, what's the future look like for that?
Well, so far we are trying to gather more liquidity. It currently sits at around 150K on Tide. We'd love it to be above 1 million, so we can perform any trade, like 99% of all desired trades, without suffering slippage. And afterwards, we are going to integrate more chains into Hyperlane. So next up will be Solana, Binance Smart Chain, and a couple of others like Unichain, Avalanche, and so on. So there's definitely more to come. And it's just a constant work, and we're on it.
Nice. All right. Well, you want to show us the demo?
Of course, I'd love to. I'm going to share my screen. All right.
Everyone, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll get to them. But,
yes, please.
Yeah.
All right, you should be able to see my screen now.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, so it all begins with USDC on, for example, Ethereum. I got some deposited in my wallet right here, 49 USDC on Ethereum. And then it's as simple as visiting this URL, nexus.hyperlane.xyz. So we're going to do that. And that's the bridging interface. It's pretty easy, pretty self-explaining. It looks like any other bridging interface as well. Yeah, we're going to start on Ethereum, which is correct. And then we're going to select PulseChain as the destination. We're seeing there's one route, which is USDC. Then all we got to do is select the balance we'd like to bridge, like set the amount. We're going to go with all 49 USDC for now. Set the recipient address. We could put any address in here. For example, if we were to bridge to a different wallet or to a friend's wallet, whatever, we're going to go with self. And then it's as easy as clicking continue. Now we're going to wait for the wallet to pop up. Here we're going to get a little overview of what's going to happen. It's sent to PulseChain. Now the wallet is going to open. By the way, I'm using OneKey browser extension because it supports PulseChain natively with accurate pricing and stuff, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so now we're just going to confirm. And then it's a quick wait of a couple minutes till the bridging is done.
Yeah, and what is OneKey again? Oh, I lost you for a sec. Went on pause mode. It's part of the 2-minute wait. At least he froze at a good face. An anticipatory face. Pretty cool. Yep. Demo will return momentarily. Yeah, if you have any questions, Felix is probably going to be here for a few more minutes, so get him in. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. And he's back.
I'm very sorry. There was a quick Wi-Fi outage.
No worries.
Happens sometime. All right, I'm going to reshare my screen again. And the outage was actually a great way to show you how quickly we now bridge to PulseChain. So as you can see, the transaction has been confirmed already. And just like that, we are on PulseChain. We're going to check in the Explorer. We can see, all right, the transfer was successful. We can also check in the Explorer from Hyperlane, which is down here. Select PulseChain as a destination. All right, there it doesn't appear yet. It makes me wonder. Anyways, we should be good. So now we got USDC on PulseChain, hUSDC to be exact. We can now visit Piteas, which is an aggregator. I think everybody knows them because they are literally the best aggregator on PulseChain. Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to change the network to PulseChain real quick. Switch to PulseChain here as well. And then we should be able to see that we got hUSDC. It takes a minute to load. I guess it's still connectivity issues. But actually, that's what I wanted to show you here as well. Sometimes it takes a few more minutes in the background to fully grasp the transaction. It's like validating like a regular bridge, but it should be there in like 1 or 2 minutes. I think we just gotta wait till it arrives.
Okay, got a question here while we're waiting real quick.
Yes, please.
But they asked, excuse me, is there any difference between Hyperlane and Liberty Swap?
There is differences, yes. First of all, of course, Hyperlane doesn't charge any fee, while Liberty Swap charges a fee of 0.3%. With Hyperlane, you're just going to pay for gas, but actually Liberty pays for your gas fees on some chains. So it's still a fixed fee of 0.3%, and Hyperlane doesn't charge anything. But I guess, yeah, it's up to you to decide how big of an argument it is. Also, of course, Hyperlane is permissionless, which means there is no middleman. I'm going to explain to you how Liberty Swap works in the background real quick. You are on origin chain, for example, Ethereum. Then you visit Liberty Swap, you provide them with USDC, and they release USDC that they hold on PulseChain and send them to your wallet. So actually, there is a middleman included, while with Hyperlane, you don't have any middleman. It's just you and the bridge. You put USDC in, and the bridge emits a USDC on PulseChain on the other end. Also, Hyperlane is going to support a bunch of chains more. Yeah, and there's tons of differences. Actually, we made an infographic on X this morning. Let me find it real quick. Wait, I'm going to search it in the other browser, and then I can show it to you. It was the one you pulled up as well, Max. The picture with the, yes, I think you got it quicker than I do.
Oh yeah, I've got it here. I can add it. Is that the one you're looking for?
Exactly, and that literally explains the difference between Hyperlane and Liberty Swap, the regular bridge, and so on. So yeah, there you get a comparison in total.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Another question here. Why did you choose USDC?
Because actually USDC will be the most compliant stablecoin in the future. And compared to DAI, which doesn't have any admin keys, they will allow it for longer. So we chose it for literally that reason. It's just the most reliable stablecoin out there. Also, it's fully backed. There isn't any concerns with not being backed one-on-one like USDT, for example. So it's just the most solid pick right now. Especially, we're coming from the European Union, and over here we got new regulations in 2025, which already indicated all decentralized stablecoins will be forbidden at some point, and we just wanted to prevent running into any issues in the future, and chose the most compliant one by default.
Gotcha. All right, we have it for a PulseChain trade yet?
Let me see. PTS is still indexing, but I'm gonna, there we go, perfect. PTS isn't indexing anymore. We can see that the whole balance of 49 USD or USDC arrived on PulseChain. We can now, for example, buy HEX.
I like that token.
So do I. It's my favorite one, actually.
I think I'm with you.
Liquid hard assets.
But which one, E or P hex? Like,
I like
every
PHEX
single
more.
time. Every single time, there's always somebody else says something about hex. But which one? I'm like, what does it matter?
Look, there is one hex and there is one e-hex, and I think that answers the question in a pretty elegant way. All right. So now we can see that we got $50 to invest into hex. We're gonna get 6,000 hex. Just to compare, we're gonna have a look at how many hex we'd get with 49 regular USDC. And as you can see, we'd even get less hex, 7 hex less, which is potentially $7 in the future, right? So we're gonna switch back to hUSDC. And then we can perform a swap.
Will this work for, I mean, you're doing $50 there, but, is this, what if, someone's bringing in, $100,000, for example?
Let me show you in a second.
Sure.
I'll finish the swap real quick, and then I'm gonna show you how far we can actually go so far. Oh, I'm just seeing that. Oh no, you're seeing my wallet. Okay, perfect. You're just not seeing the pop-ups. All right. And just like that, we have bought Hex. And it was a process of what, 10 minutes? Maximum?
Yeah, within 2 minutes.
Perfect. That's a pretty good rate, I guess. Okay, so if we now look to swap, for example, 1000 hUSDC for regular USDC, we see that we don't lose anything. Actually, we gain 0.93 USDC, like eUSDC. Let's try it with 5000 hUSDC. Works as well. We gain again. Then we can try 10,000 hUSDC. All right, there we're gonna lose $5. So the liquidity is already so thick that it's only $5 at 10,000 bucks, which is what, 0.005%, if I'm not wrong, something like that. So
Sure.
definitely something you will survive. And all right, let's try even more. Let's go with 20K. Okay, with 20K, it's a couple bucks more.
Yeah, so you would go from use Hyperlane USDC or send over USDC, and you'll get hUSDC on PulseChain.
Exactly.
And then you swap the hUSD on PulseChain for whatever tokens you want into a bridged-in stablecoin like USDC from Ethereum, stuff
or
like that.
a volatile asset like Hex, PLS, PLSX, whatever. You can swap it for literally anything without any issues. And as we've seen, for smaller amounts, you don't lose anything, you actually gain. Same goes for Hex. We got 7 Hex more now that we swapped hUSDC for Hex. And yeah, so it's literally for smaller transactions like DCA or just regular daily transactions, it's a perfect fit. And we highly encourage anyone to use Hyperlane as the default bridge in the future, just to establish it even more on PulseChain and to allow wider access to any network and with bigger sums and so on.
Yeah, remind us on the fees too. Was there any fees using the bridge?
No, there is no fees at all. It's 0.0% fees. It's just a gas fee on the chain of origin. So if you're going to bridge from, for example, Base or Solana or whatever, it's going to cost like nothing, a few cents at its max.
Gotcha. The question I think it was asked about the stables and USDC. Any efforts for the DAI stable? Do you have any plans for support other stablecoins?
Yes, actually, yes. So for now, we are focusing on expanding the USDC routes. And after that, we're going to start implementing different stablecoins as well. But of course, it brings a challenge of gathering new liquidity for the new stablecoins again. So it makes sense to focus on one for now and establish that one. That's the most important thing to start with.
Follow up on the bridge fees question. If there are no fees, what is in it for the bridge provider?
The bridge provider gained a setup fee of 50K. So it cost us 50K to set up the whole bridge, and the support only goes for 2 years now. So they're going to ask for a renewal of the fee in 2 years, and that's actually how they make money.
Gotcha.
They charge the integrating parties and not the customer.
Alan asked, what is Hyperlane doing to ensure safety to its users?
Hyperlane is regularly auditing its code. So every year or even more times, like every few months, they are getting full audits. They are fully open source. So if you're a developer, you can look into them at any time. And so far, they have a perfect track record of never having any incident security-wise whatsoever. So that alone speaks for itself. And if they manage to be secure for the past 5 years, they're probably going to manage to be secure for the next 5 years. And that's the most solid argument for their security, actually.
Gotcha. We had one more from Jerome Cassie. What would 100K cost? I guess he's asking what would 100K slippage be, which you went 20K, started going up. So 100K probably hard to make a swap with that current liquidity.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, it would cost a lot actually. Yeah. So I'd like to dive into this whole liquidity topic a little more, because I'd like to show you the pool on Tide, which is the new platform launched by Coast, who are doing a great job as well, by the way. Yeah, I'm just gonna, this is their regular interface. So you get to the website, you click launch app, and then you can search for hUSDC, and you're going to see two pools, which is USDCX and HyperCST. USDCX contains USDC from Ethereum and hUSDC, while HyperCST contains CST, which is the native stablecoin from Coast, and hUSDC. And you can see that there is a total value locked of 122K in the USDCX pool and 18K in the HyperCST pool, which totals to pretty exactly 140K. So the thicker this liquidity gets in these pools, and I'd encourage you to join the pools just for the sake of the ecosystem. The thicker the liquidity gets, the easier it gets to trade large amounts. So yeah, if there was 1 million in this pool, you wouldn't lose anything trading 100K. And it totally makes sense to provide liquidity and establish hUSDC as the main stable asset on PulseChain, because you can just access any chain at any time, and the most important thing is any chain can access us at any time. So anyone is free to join us within minutes from any blockchain out there which is relevant, like Solana, like Binance Smart Chain, like Base, like Ethereum. It's just a matter of minutes for everyone to come to PulseChain. And yeah, adoption is pretty much the most important thing for us right now, especially going into the alt season. And it, yeah, just makes sense to support this whole endeavor and yeah, get hUSDC rolling on PulseChain.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, do you imagine like there being $1 million in the pools? Like, do you think
I think it's totally
targets?
doable. I think we need eyes on it. We need the people to get the advantages, which is mainly being a free, permissionless, super fast, super reliable, super secure, and yeah, just perfect bridge solution for PulseChain. It is literally the best bridging solution for PulseChain, and people need to hear about it. And I'm sure as soon as they start hearing about it and start getting in touch with it, they're going to engage with it. And yeah, that's also the reason I'm really thankful for you to have us here, because you are the first one to give us a stage to present this to everyone. And yeah, it's super important to establish this whole Hyperlane thing.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, do you think, I mean, I think thankful for the donations and stuff that get a lot of stuff going. It is kind of, you know, whether it's exchange listings or integration DeFi products. Yeah, it's nice to have people in the community who are building and cultivating relationships, and also thanks to all the donors that are for the mega marketing, for Hyperlane, all that stuff. Hopefully, and you know, Fast also asking 2 years who's going to pay the 50K. Hopefully, all the new minted hexagons, new millionaires we have.
Exactly.
You never know.
It will be a matter of the community refinancing the bridge. And we are certain that the community will know Hyperlane's value to PulseChain in 2 years. So that's not something I'm afraid of at all. I think it will be refinanced with ease. And yeah, especially after a successful bull market.
So you showed the going from Ethereum to PulseChain. So is it just as easy the other way, going from PulseChain and bridging back to other chains? Is there a liquidity there? Like how does that work?
Actually, you get the native USDC from each chain back. So as soon as you get your hands on hUSDC on PulseChain and bridge it to any chain that is supported, you get plain USDC in your wallet that you can directly send to any exchange or yeah, just use for whatever you want. It's always real native USDC. We only support chains, or we only going to integrate chains that are supported by USDC by default, so that are able to have native USDC. And yeah, by ensuring that, we can also ensure that every hUSDC on PulseChain is backed by real USDC on different chains, one-on-one.
So what's I mean, as we wrap up, I know got to go here in a second. Like, what's next? What should we have no expectations to see out of Hyperlane in the future?
I think you can actually, from us, you can have expectations, and you're gonna see the support of Solana, Binance Smart Chain, and so on in the next couple of weeks. And with the efforts of the community, we are certain that we can reach at least 1 million total value locked on tight, and start establishing and using Hyperlane USDC daily.